Hi everyone, welcome back to Novel iDeea. My name is Dea. This is Poppy. And today I want to talk about my July plans. Okay, so June has been full and lots of traveling and just time to hang out with family and birthdays and all of that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to July. I'm really kind of hoping that it slows down a little bit, allows me more time with my garden and with books and all of that kind of thing. So with that in mind, I haven't decided what I'm going to be reading for Jane Austen July. I will be reading something, but I'm not exactly sure what yet because I don't know what I'm in the mood for. And if there's another thing that has happened in June that has been wonderful, it's the fact that we have been doing joy reading for Alice. And joy reading June has truly been a joy. And I just kind of want to keep it going. So with that in mind, I am thinking that I am going to have a pile of possibilities. I have no buddy reads in June other than one that I'm currently doing that will probably carry over into June. But other than that, I don't have any buddy reads. And so it's really going to be just whatever I want. And I'm going to be starting the second bingo board. I have 2 spaces left on my current bingo board for summer book bingo that I haven't filled in yet, but I am in process with those. So I think that I'll get that filled out, if not by the end of June, by the very beginning of July anyway, and then I'll be on to board 2. And so everything that I read, I try to find a spot for on the bingo board. And so without further ado, let's jump into the plans that I have for July. So I do have some, my hair is freaking out over here. I do have some that are going to carry over into July. So I'm going to go over those. This one, Mary Stewart, Rose Cottage. This I am currently reading with Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. And it's our first buddy read in a very long time, and I hope we both love this. But I tend to like Mary Stewart, so I don't have very much trepidation about liking this one. And I don't think Kelly does either. I am only a chapter in, so it'll definitely carry into July because it's currently like the 28th of June or 29th of June. I have just a couple days left in this book, so it might carry into July, but I'm not positive. And that is Enchanted Summer by Gabrielle. This I am reading with Sandy, who I have read all of my Gabrielle books with, and except for one, I think, no, two that I read before Sandy got involved with me reading them. I always have such lovely conversations with Sandy about Gabrielle's writing and her subjects and just the way that she brings things about from a very what seems to be a perspective that is not in the direction that she goes with it. And so it's very unexpected. And so anyway, we just are having a wonderful time with these little stories of a summer in Gabrielle's life. And it's lovely. So this one I might be finished with by the 1st, but I'm not positive about that. I started On Reading Well about 3 months ago by Karen Swallow Pryor. And I had it on audiobook and I was enjoying it so much. I thought, I need to find an inexpensive copy of this book and get it because I want to read it physically. I don't want to listen to it. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm not very far. I don't know if you can see that. That's a really light colored bookmark, but I'm right about here out of all of the pages. So this will definitely carry over. And then I have been reading The D Case, and this is by several authors. Charles Dickens, Carlo Frutero, and Franco Lucentini. And they are taking the Mystery of Edwin Drood that Charles Dickens wrote and did not complete because he passed away before it was finished. And they are involving other famous sleuths from literature. So we have Sherlock Holmes and Jules Margaret and Hercule Poirot and Lou Archer and Philip Marlowe. And they're all coming together to try to solve the mystery of Edwin Drood. And I just reread Edwin Drood so that I could read this with it very fresh in my mind. And I'm almost finished. So I think if I don't get through with this, it'll be carried over too. So those are my carryovers. And then as far as things that I'm participating in July, I know I will be doing a Jane Austen. Like I said, I don't know which one. I know that I'll be continuing with Summer Book Bingo, and I know that I will be participating in Chantel Reads All Day's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. And the word for this month is royalty. And so this one is Marcel Pagnol. I think is the way that you say it, Pagnol. And this is My Father's Glory and My Mother's Castle. And so I thought, castle, royalty, that might work. So there's this one for that. In this book, in Rose Cottage, there is also a baron with landed family kind of thing. So that might work for that also. And then I have my classics list that I created at the end of last year for me to go through. And one of the books that carried over actually from the classics list the year before was Issas Ballad by Magda Szabo. And it's finally time. I'm going to do it. So I don't really know what this is about. I think, I'm not positive, but I think it is a mother who moves in with her grown daughter in a new city and just their relationship. I don't know much more than that. And I'm not even sure that's completely correct. So we'll find out. And then the other one that I had on my classics list is Antonia White's The Lost Traveler. I think she is most famous for A Frost in May or something like that. Yeah, Frost in May. But I have read Frost in May and didn't really care for it. So I'm going to give her one more try. This is a lovely little Virago Modern Classic edition. And I do like this cover. And I think I got this on a trip for like $1. Yeah, for $1 when we were in Bonners Ferry, Idaho. I just recently hauled and want to read When Summer is in the Meadow. And this is by Niall Williams and his wife, Christine Breen. And it's about kind of their first summer back in Ireland and the beginning of their family and the beginning of establishing a home. And so I want to read this one. This one is also one that I was recently gifted, and I love Ray Bradbury. I recently reread Dandelion Wine, and this is supposed to be a kind of a sequel to that. And so I have read it before, but I've only read it once, and it was a very long time ago. So I'm looking forward to finding out what I have forgotten. It's a Bradbury, so I know I'm going to like it. After Kelly and I finish Rose Cottage, we have talked about doing Nurk by Ursula Vernon. This is one that I wanted to read at middle grade March time, and I just didn't get to it. And so Kelly and I are going to do this one together as well after we get done with Rose Cottage. We haven't read together in so long. We're like, we just need to read everything. And then lastly, the only book that I really have on my pile, doesn't mean the last book I'm going to read, but the last one that I have on my pile that I would really like to read. Also another one I hauled recently. And this is Lucky Man by Michael J. Fox. And I have no idea if I'm going to get along with this or not, but I do know that I have heard and appreciated several interviews that Michael J. Fox has been in. And this is his first book. He's got at least one more out, might be two more, but this is his first one. And I just want to see how I get along with not only his writing, but also with his story and how he tells it. So we'll see if he's somebody that I want to read more of once I've read him on page. And that is it. That's my plans right now. I know for a fact that I will be reading more than this. I'll do a little stack for you though. But the plan is just to read what's bringing me joy. And I think that these ones, for the most part, are going to be ones that I can count on doing that. And we will see. So here, let's see, is my book stack. I made it, you guys. I made it drop. So that's my stack. And like I said, several of those are in progress already. Oh, one more that I didn't mention that might go into July, because I've just started it and it is a little bit longer, is, and I'll have to put a picture up because I'm listening to it on audio, and that is Bigfoot, Shadows in the Timberline by Ethan Blackwood. And it is for one of the last squares on my first bingo board, which is outside your comfort zone. So it's a contemporary, which is not my jam. It is a sensationalist kind of novel, also usually not my jam. And then the fact that it is about Bigfoot and suspense kind of thing, it just not my comfort zone. Not where I would read if I didn't have to. But I'm hoping that it just is wonderful. And so, like I said, just got it and will begin, and it's on audio. And so that's one more that's not on this list. But I have a lot to wrap up in June, so that's the next video. So come prepared, because if you want to just turn me on and let me talk while you go off and do other things and just listen with your ears and not watch, that would probably be a good one, because it's going to be a long one. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to know what you guys are participating in event-wise in BookTube this month. How are you doing on your summer book bingo? And what maybe your choice is for Jane Austen July, or choices are for Jane Austen July. So I will talk to you all again very soon in another video.